How romantic. Yeah, we have a very special guest in the house, and his name is Tosin Martin.
You're welcome, bro.
Welcome. And I just have to ask a question, and I want you to be very real.
You couldn't hold yourself.
I couldn't, because I've been wondering this thing for years now. Give me a figure. How much money have you made from this single song? And I'm talking about live performances only.
Should be like 200 billion kobo.
200 billion. That should be how much in naira?
I'm doing the math. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money. A lot of money.
But for real, like I assume that every single, at least twice a month, you have a gig. You're called to come and perform this song somewhere.
Twice a month?
At least.
At least.
In a bad month.
Well, God day.
I did lie.
God day.
But that song, you know, oftentimes when we go to anchor events, weddings and receptions and all of that, and you ask the couple, what song do you want to dance in with or have your special dance with? They always request for Olomi. I'm sure this song has been like a blessing.
It has. To be very honest, it has. That's the truth. I mean, like there's no point lying about that. It's been a blessing, but you know, sometimes also can also be it's never been a curse, but it can also be a hangover.
That like people don't want to move on from it.
Yes, like there's been a second album after that. Other songs that some people have even thought out loud are better.
Really?
Yes.
But for some reason, media people just
and media.
Partly media.
Partly media, though. But I think people
they just have a hangover on the song. They won't let it go.
But it's sort of like Whitney Houston with "I Will Always Love You." Yeah, she had hits after that.
Yeah.
But that song will always be there.
I feel that every artist has that one song that defines and starts out your career and becomes your identity, whether you like it or not. You can't divorce Michael Jackson from Thriller, no matter what he does. Michael Jackson will always be Thriller. That's life. So every artist has that song, and that's a blessing. It's a good thing, so it's fine.
Okay, so have you thought to maybe challenge yourself, even though you have songs that some may say are better, have you maybe tried to challenge yourself to see if you can actually have a bigger hit than Olomi?
The factors that make a hit in these days are not just a function of talent and the song. And you know what I'm talking about, so let's leave it. The factors that make a hit are how much money do you have to keep bringing out a video every other month? How much do you have to promote and make sure that you're in one city after another? So it's now so much. As at the time we came with music, it was either good or bad. Now good or bad, budget. So
budget has a large part to play.
It's a large. I mean, you must have the right connect. If you're not put, there's a pipeline on which you have to be put to make sure you stay relevant. Otherwise.
Because it's almost like it makes you question what happened to the good old days when an artist was discovered. It was like this wave, this rave. Now it's just about who you know or how much you have.
How much money you have to push.
It's in your hands.
It's us now.
You're the most powerful people. You need to make sure the music plays. If it doesn't play as much as possible, people don't get to know about it. And then the challenge with people like me, as I said, is because we're engaged in lots of live performances all the time, so you don't get the opportunity to do so much media for people to know their new things. But I've been lucky. I can thank God. I mean, people hear the other songs, so it's fair enough.
Okay.
It's just they love that one song, so there's nothing you can do about it.
Talking about lucky, the word lucky struck something, because I read something somewhere, you made mention of the fact that you got lucky with your wife.
Okay.
Yes, you got lucky with your wife, and it's still tied to the Olomi song. So what do you have to say about that? Did you get lucky with your wife? Will you say it's luck or
you're just yarning?
Maybe the right word is favor. Because any way you look at it, these things are written before we come here, and I don't know. It's the ultimate director. Who's giving us all our roles, and we're playing out what's on the script. That's just the way I look at it, because you can't tie a lot of things that happen in your life to any particular thing. You can't say I'm this intelligent, there's somebody more intelligent. You're this talented, there's somebody more talented.
True.
Right.
You're this smart, there's somebody smarter. You know somebody. Why do you know that person? How come is you knows that person? I mean, there's a day I was having one argument with my wife. Why did this person get this person and get this job? It's because she knows this person. I said, okay, how come you don't know that person? So it's just...
Wow.
It's
So I'm really
meant to-
playing script.
I mean,
Everything is scripted.
Those things are there, so... we
So
can
that way
only thank God.
you can't blame anything on luck or chance. It's just you do your own part to connect yourself. Right?
Enjoy each day, the things that come, and just carry on and trust God.
And don't play victim.
Yes,
Yeah.
help who you can help, accept what you can accept, live simply. I don't get help.
He's paying me that this guy is married.
I get.
Should he pay me that this guy is married?
Why?
I don't know. He's just you're
He's
rare.
married with a son.
How do you know? We're boring.
I'm just
You're
saying,
the
so-
one he's talking about.
I'm telling
Media.
you, so
Media.
we build Wall of Jericho here
Yeah, the
now.
reason he's talking about
Before you start
Olomi.
thinking
Media.
of things, because she knows how to
media.
get digits. You know, for every male guest that comes in, she
You should see what he does when the female guests come.
come on now, what's
He
up
has
with
no
you?
shame.
Come on.
Okay,
No
so
pride.
who's reporting who?
Like, I mean, you have to believe me. You know you're a gentleman and I'm a woman.
Okay, chill now. We should not be opening our things in
I
front of.
do solemnly pledge to believe only her.
Hey! This is how women ruin the world, though.
I look
My-
more
in my
believable anyway.
interest.
I look more believable. But I mean, I'm sure you have a very wonderful marriage. You just, it seems like a very good guy. You know now.
We thank God. We thank
It
God. I mean,
seems
there's
like
no
a-
perfect marriage. Let's be honest about
Okay.
it. Unless
Yeah.
people want to lie to you.
I like that.
There's no perfect. I mean, you've come from two different homes. Even twin sisters and brothers, they fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no. It's the commitment to work at it and make it work. It's tough because
The commitment to make it work.
Yes, the commitment to make it work.
'Cause it's
You're-
work.
It's not just work. It's a fight. It's a fight. Even that work is a fight. You have to just make a decision. You know what? This is what I want for myself and for my
Yeah.
life. I don't want to be in that number of those who didn't make this work. So that decision sometimes might be all that you have to hang in there.
So
that grass is really not really
Yeah,
as
because,
green
I
as
mean,
you think it is on the other side.
Throw it up or down, we're different.
Yeah.
You want what you want, he wants what he wants. And there are times when what you want and what he wants clash. And even with all the love and the best of intentions, you don't understand why he wants what he wants. He doesn't understand what you want.
But you
And,
should
and when you are
respect it.
supposed, yes, but you see, respecting it, you need to make a decision and move forward together.
At the end of the day, you
so
have
what
to
do you do?
find the.
A middle ground.
Yes.
And a middle ground sometimes doesn't exist. Somebody has to bow to somebody. End of story.
Does it often happen, since you're quite the marriage pro, that somebody
Well, I don't
somebody
know. I don't know about my pro.
well, at least you're wise enough. I'm sure it's with experience.
hope so.
But chances are there will be one person that bows. Was that the word you used? Bow.
I think everybody
bows
has
more
to
than the
make
other.
a decision. I found that my works more by the will of one person.
One.
That's the truth of the matter.
By the will of one person.
That's the truth.
That's
see,
deep.
see, to whom much is given,
Much is
much is
expected.
expected.
And that one person can either be the man or the woman.
End of story. Sometimes it has to be the man who has to let his wife be stupid.
And that is higher wisdom, like some people
For
will
the
say.
sake of your marriage, and you want it to work, you want to, it's not even necessarily just reputation. You just want to have a certain kind of life you've envisaged and dreamt about for yourself. And if what it means is that you need to make a sacrifice until the person gets wiser enough, accommodate them until they grow up to the level where they can see how much sacrifice you're making for them.
So
You
you're
have to
saying
do it.
you're saying it's quite rare to actually have both of them.
It's not very easy to find two people on the same level.
Same level.
It's not easy. See, sometimes you're crazy, sometimes I'm the one who's crazy.
Yes,
So
yes.
that time you have to be matured. And when it's you, I have to be matured. So it's
So
it's
one
give
person
and
has to
take.
just play
Bow
maturity at
for
the
the other
point, just
person.
bow for
But
the
that
other.
you are thinking like this, I'm thinking like
And
this.
both of us decide to say
all
nothing.
the time. No, it hardly happens. Maybe 5 out of 10 times.
See, we're not just crazy on the night show. We actually teach you stuff.
Yes. So we're teaching stuff.
I hope Easy Beats has learned a
Easy
thing
Beats,
or
we hope
two.
you are learning from this.
He's going around impregnating women.
I mean, so that,
Please, what advice do you have for him?
I wasn't around.
Please, what advice?
I'm sure you must have met the lady outside. You know, this little woman who came in and
A
pregnant
very
and stuff.
lovely,
Wow.
gentle.
That's what I mean.
7 months.
7 months.
And he wants to pretend that he doesn't know.
Believe that.
What advice do you have for
I
men?
want my
like-
music played.
Okay.
Oh,
For my own good. I didn't hear what they said.
Okay, nice.
You're a good guy. You're the best of us.
Thank you.
smart.
you.
Very smart guy.
But Tosin, man, over the years, you've managed to stay off negative gist.
Wow.
I mean, we have a lot of.
Have you?
know,
Is that something
Wow.
we need to know?
Well, I mean, I just have got to thank for that because, to be honest with you, I don't know how. The truth is, we're in an industry where people just deliberately sometimes. I'm shocked. I've found people deliberately. Recently, I was on a show on Wazobia yesterday, where they brought up this controversy about me saying women are not submissive. In modern day, women are not submissive.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
And I'm like, okay, this is supposed to be a gist now. I granted an interview eons ago, and I was asked to. The interview was about my music and about me.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with that issue. Offline, somebody just asked, okay, compare women in the past, like how on some of these channels they ask you one of those dumb questions and then they put X or Mark or you. End of story. And I said, of course, women today you can't compare submission by women today to but that's just normal.
But it's true. Yeah.
That's just a fact.
No offense.
Somebody went and carried it
Just that.
on another blog and made an article out of it. And it became... So guess what that showed me? As far as I'm concerned, some people just look at you and say, this guy...
Let me create news.
Let's just... and this guy just go... So let's just say something.
Put the Ororo on the...
But they say bad publicity is still good. Do you appreciate that kind of publicity?
I don't think so. Some bad publicity. That's the end of
it becomes stigma at the end of the day.
Especially with this kind of me
this morning,
song.
I subscribed to a news portal. So this morning I was reading, and I heard that Obeze Kwesili is dating Obasanjo.
Yeah.
People funny because he hugged her.
He hugged her, yes. There was this picture. Where Obasanjo hugged at his book launch.
God knows, almost 80. The woman that's like his daughter.
I know, but these days, not talking about them, but it's not an unusual thing these days. So some people date their ancestors these days. You didn't know that, and they call them baby.
Every hug, then every hug is.
Yes, that means every
so
hug.
two of you are dating officially.
But we don't hug. When have we ever hugged?
They're dating.
They're dating.
See?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. We are dating. It's official. We are dating.
Yo, see how excited Easy Beat is. That he has found something on us. Look at it. They are dating. They are
because he complains most of the time. Give me what I need. Give me what I need.
To you?
So that
he tells you to give him what you
need. So, but I mean, as to really answer your question more directly, I just have to thank God. I've done my best to make sure the music and the lifestyle are one and the same. It flows naturally. And for me, apart from my faith, I just don't believe in negativity. I don't see why. And I think that guy. And I just think that generally, let's be honest with ourselves. When you say something is private, if it's called private, let it be private. There's a reason it's called that.
What a wise man.
If that's the name, so many things are called private.
Yeah, but they are public these days.
They are public these days. They are public.
If the name is private,
let it be private.
Yes. Hide. Try and keep your weaknesses to yourself. There's nothing interesting about showing people that you have a problem and you are bold about it. If there are quarters where you can get help, it's not on public space. In public space, they're going to compound it and they will hold it against you forever.
Wow.
When you I like this guy. Manager, is he always this calm?
Always this composed. Wow.
Are you sure you're just doing it for the market?
There are times I'm crazy.
No, you need that.
I want something done.
You seem really wise, and that's going to get you even farther than you've come.
Amen.
Yeah, okay.
Classic.
We need to take this break quickly because if we continue like this, we probably might just end up on our knees and probably getting notes, and everything. So we'll take this quick musical video. By the time we get back, we'll do some more interviews.
This must be a fine shot.
Yeah, it's a lovely studio.
It's still a nice show. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
It's that a time comes in everybody's life when we need that somebody sharing all our pains and all our gains. So many treasures I have found since that moment you came into my àìsórí. Kò sọ́ba níbi tí ó sẹ́niyàn. Apátó gúnrégé lẹ́yẹ fi ń fò. Èmi ò lè ṣe dédé láìsí bèbè mi.
Ká fọwọ́ wẹwọ́ lọ́wọ́ fi ń mọ́. Ìlọsíwájú ò sí fọ́mọ aládàáṣe. Torí lákọlábọ̀ ládàlẹ́ ayé o. Tèmi ní tiẹ̀ yé tiẹ̀ ní tèmi.
Can't get enough of Tosin Martin.
At all.
I'm telling you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back.
Thank
It's still the night show. We still have Tosin Martins in the house.
Yeah.
Now, about love songs.
Yes, sir.
About love songs, because it should be easier for, it's very easy for people to look at those who sing love songs and say, well, these guys just do it for the money. Some people are just trying to get a particular market. There are those who actually love to love. So in which of these particular categories do you fall into?
You know, truth of the matter is you really can't explain that to people. You have to leave it to them to judge for themselves. No matter, easily I'll tell you, of course, I do it because I love it and because I'm somebody who believes in love. That's what anybody can say that.
Okay.
But I have to leave it to the audience, to you guys, to tell if that's the vibe that you're getting.
Okay.
But honestly, to answer your question very directly and very honestly, I do it because I believe in it. I mean, there are those who still argue about whether I'm a gospel artist, are you a... But you always sing.
Yes, because I was going to get
I
there.
stand in a very difficult position. The people, my church constituency thinks that if you have gospel, why are you singing love songs?
Exactly.
And I'm wondering if God is no longer love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I think because people tie love these days to sex, to money, and to some other things. So,
Yeah.
a lot of misconceptions.
Exactly. So, and I'm wondering, okay, so how does that affect me being a Christian or...
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how you explain these things. And then the other people too will tell you that, but... Are you not supposed to be a gospel artist? Why are you singing love songs?
Love songs, yes.
So you just wonder, really? This is a subject that affects every and anybody. And the more of it we have, the more positive we are, the less trouble, the easier our lives will be. So
I think more people should sing about the positive side of love as opposed to singing about heartbreaks all the time.
It's
and
not
everything.
a bad thing.
I think what you promote the most is what people eventually tend out to become.
Exactly.
They tend to become rather.
I agree.
We love love right here on the night show, and we have a tongue twister.
Okay, but
Okay.
just before our
ready
crazy.
to go.
Tosin Martin, there's a music on ground now. There's a track on ground
Yes,
now. A
the
single
new song.
out now.
Yeah.
Song with YJ. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, that's called Letter Days. And the whole concept of Letter Days was me again, trying to reminisce and, go down memory lane, at least in my own secondary school days, when I wrote my first set of letters back and forth and exchange with the lady I had an eye for at the time.
That's
and of course, my mother, sisters, friends, family, and all of that. That was like the only means of communication at the time. The best you had was not 9-0 at the time, and this was like I was already in SS3 when that happened. We're almost getting into university.
Yes.
So nobody had GSM
No, it was
to
still
text
letters. It was still
anybody.
letters.
Exactly. So we experienced writing letters,
Yes,
and
yes.
just the beauty of the flowery language, the fact that you had to be very meticulous with your writing. You had to check your handwriting. You had to check that you didn't cancel.
No
You
background.
wrote, yesterday I was saying it on the show. You had to write, my darling. You put the comma. You make sure that it's in between the my darling. Your words start. We knew how to write.
Yes.
So just the whole memory of that, and then the trouble of writing and waiting that postal service will deliver.
It made it worth it.
The person will read it,
Yeah.
then reply, and you wait. And then it was an assembly ground in Federal Government College at the time. They used to announce those who have a mail from home. So it's either from your mom,
Yes.
From your lover.
or someone that you love. So you were praying that they'll call your name. So that whole exercise, the entire emotion, the whole
Yes.
cycle of back and forth meant that you're really committed.
Yeah.
Now it's very easy. Hey, what's up? Where are you? What's going on?
Yeah, because we have
It
text
can feel a
message
bit
chats and
fickle.
everything.
I mean, we're not trying to go back.
Yeah.
We thank God for. I mean, it's faster now. It's more.
Yes.
It's more instant, but at the same time, we need it to be a bit more truthful and just have it more life and soul.
Yeah.
Just make it more honest. So
Make
when I'm not
people
saying go
work.
back to the later days. No, I'm just
all.
saying remember when it was true.
Yes.
But that also represents
And the
when people
efforts-
actually work.
Yes, you worked for it. Just
For it,
put in
yeah.
the work a bit.
Put more effort into it.
Yeah.
So that's what this particular.
That's what it's about, and
song
of course,
is
I
about.
didn't think of any other way to do it than to make it a duet with a lady because I
wow.
still had the love and
sister
Wajie brought
with a
it.
strong,
Perfect.
powerful
my
voice.
God. She brought
Perfect.
it.
She can
brought
go.
it. At the point, I'm like, hey, I never had Tawala like this.
Hey, yeah. No, she's good. She's good.
She hammered
Absolutely.
the song.
She finished
Absolutely.
work, like we say.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So our tongue twister.
All right. Are you ready? You're going to start.
I
and
will
then
do my best.
easy beats. Look at easy beats.
Easy
Look at
bit.
it.
Easy bit. Come on, smile, smile. Hey.
Don't worry. We'll talk about that situation
No, we'll talk
later.
about it.
That looks like a wicked smile.
He's a wicked guy.
Looks like man, he wants to show us.
As
You
in, he's
guys-
waiting for the show to be over. All right. Tosin sings to sinners who sin sinfully. He said,
Don't think about the sense in the thing. Just
Tosin sings to sinners who sin sinfully. Say that 3 times. I can't
first
slow
or
it down.
yeah, you have to start. Come on.
3 times
it
without
again, say it
stuttering.
again, say it again.
Tosin sings to sinners who sin sinfully.
Tosin see to sinner who sing sinfully.
Hey. First one, error. On the very first one.
I was trying to be fast.
You form my hand. It's too much.
I was trying to be fast.
Can you try one more time?
Okay. Tosin
Yeah.
sing.
No. Now you're counting. Come on.
Tosin sing to sinner who sings sinfully. Oh shit.
No. Oops.
Yeah, hopeless case.
All right, so Tosin, let's have you try
Let's
yours.
go. Tosin sings to sinners who sing.
Dun. Gang.
Tosin sings to sinners who sin sinfully. Tosin sings to sinners who sin sinfully. Tosin sings to sinners who sin sinfully.
That's very slow. That's very slow.
Don't even.
Make it fast.
No.
That was
Just
slow.
wait.
The
It
tempo
wasn't
tempo-
slow.
No, the tempo was very.
Okay,
No,
go.
make it fast.
Go at my pace.
Make it fast.
Go
Tosin
ahead.
sings to sinners who sin sinfully. Tosin sings to sinners who sin sinfully. Tosin sings to sinners who sin sinfully.
Bam! Okay, what do you have to say again? Hey, hello, hey.
Twice.
Of course, it's
Twice is not coincidence.
Now you give up. All right, quickly, ladies and gentlemen, it's been wonderful having Tosin Martins. Please, we'll go on this quick break. By the time we come back, he's going to be performing for us, and that's rounds of the show for tonight, okay? So we'll go on this quick break. Do not go nowhere. It's still the night show. We'll be right back.
This is a song about love in the time of no social media. Girl, I remember when we was younger, before there was Yahoo